Hi, so today I'm going to be talking about Lawrence of Arabia. Because today marks years from his death, so I thought, hey, might as well. So, just gonna be a few random facts, not really anything too chronological, just random pieces of information about his life. So first of all, Lawrence of Arabia, he was born out of wedlock, and well, his mother was she was a governess for the four daughters of Sir Thomas Chapman, and well, there was this huge scandal in which she eventually gave. I mean, they got involved sexually, and she eventually gave him an illegitimate son. So this scandal resulted in Chapman, I mentioned him before, leaving his wife and actually moving to Britain with this Sarah Lawrence. And he adopted the name of Lawrence, and they did not get married, although they did, they pretend to be husband and wife. And, well, Lawrence Arabia, T.E. Lawrence, he kept on living his life up until 1919, in which that was the year his father died. And that was the year he found out about his actual identity and his true personal background, I guess. Also, you know how there's this really famous movie called Lawrence of Arabia, 1962, starring Peter O'Toole. Well, apparently in this movie, according to this movie, Lawrence of Arabia was 6'3" tall. However, the actual Lawrence of Arabia was a mere 5 feet and 5 inches tall. So quite a significant difference, you know. And well, he was really self-conscious about his height and he had quite a few insecurities. Maybe overcompensating later on. But yeah. So the first time he actually went to the Middle East, he was there as a student of archaeology at Oxford. And this was in the year 1909, and he went then to Syria, to Palestine. And I mean, this was kind of a chaotic journey for him. He was robbed, he was beaten up, he was shot. But he returned to Syria the next year, and because, the British Museum sent him again, and he was happy to go. Despite being robbed, shot, whatever. He must have really loved the place. And well, he loved it so much that he began to have this really significant appreciation for Arab culture and Arabic and the Arab people. Lawrence of Arabia. You can see how that kind of ties in. And well, you probably know Lawrence of Arabia for this really prominent fighter, yeah. But he never had a single day of battlefield training. Well, in 1914, the British military, now in World War One, they sent Lawrence on this archaeological expedition, of the Sinai Peninsula and the Negev Desert. This was a research trip, which is just a cover for this secret military operation, I guess, which was like a survey of the territory possessed by the Ottoman Empire, so the Turks. Well, then once the actual war began, Lawrence joined the British military as this intelligence officer in Cairo in Egypt, and he was working at a desk job. He wasn't even an active soldier up until 1916, when he was sent to Arabia. He literally, like I said, had no training, and well, he didn't really care. He made a name for himself, and yeah, he was behind enemy lines. He was really prominent, really successful fighter, although he didn't have a single day of training. Lawrence of Arabia, he had brothers, and he sadly lost both, two of them, in 1915, and they were all killed on the Western Front of World War One. Well, this was during the time, like I said, you know how Lawrence was working a desk job in Cairo. Well, he was there, and then his two brothers died, and he felt really guilty. He was like, why am I at a desk job while my brothers literally died fighting out there and I've done nothing about it? And this kind of helped, send him to actually do battlefield stuff. And yeah, well, we all know Lawrence of Arabia now. He's a really, really famous figure. However, he wasn't famous during the war, which is kind of what made him famous. He was actually famous after. Well, I mean, the Turks who were actually looking for him, they had a bounty on his head. I had no idea what he actually looked like. But then in 1919, this guy called Lowell Thomas, he gave a lecture tour of his assignment of the Middle East, mentioning Lawrence of Arabia with films, anecdotes, and whatever. And this transformed this unknown soldier into not only a British celebrity and a war hero, but a world-renowned person, I guess. Like I said, he was British, and after the war, he was invited to Buckingham Palace on October 1918. King George V, he said, well, come here, just kind of have a private audience with me. Lawrence, he thought that this was to discuss the issue of independence for Arabia. However, the king said, that's a good idea, I like that, but how about we make you a knight? Do you like it? And Lawrence thought, no, I want to talk about the Arabs. So he, pulled the king aside. I don't know how this happened exactly, and said, hey, I kind of don't want to accept this knighthood, so I'm gonna just walk out. And that's what he did. He actually walked out. He didn't accept it. And it's kind of weird, Lawrence of Arabia, he has so many links with famous British politicians, like Winston Churchill. I'm not even kidding. In 1921, Lawrence was an advisor on Arab affairs for Winston Churchill. And they became lifelong friends until Lawrence's death. He died before. Well, like I said, the guy, he was this really prominent soldier who obviously loved fighting. And then when the war was over, he became this huge celebrity, meaning that he would probably be given special treatment and be treated like a common soldier. And he wanted to avoid this, so what he did was use pseudonyms, use fake names. He enlisted in the Air Force and took the name of John Hume. However, this name was then discovered to be him, so he took another name, and like Thomas Edward Shaw, and he then even published this translation of Homer's Odyssey under the name of T.E. Shaw, which is quite, T.E. Shaw, Thomas Edward Shaw, which is kind of interesting. The soldier was also a translator, I guess. It's impressive to say the least. And then last but not least, and the reason kind of why I did this video, Lawrence of Arabia's death. Well, the guy, he loved motorcycles. And he loved them a bit too much. He even, I think it's like around 7 different motorcycles or whatever. But then on May 13, 1935, something kind of happened. Well, he went to the English countryside and he saw 2 boys just riding bicycles and said, "Oh no, I'm gonna crash." So he swerved to avoid them. However, he was, instead of just swerving and that's it, he went over the handlebars and he hit his head. He had many severe brain injuries and then he died not even a week later on May 19th. That's it. I mean, that's not really that much else to say. It's just 10 not weird, but random facts on Lawrence of Arabia's life. I mean, the guy is really interesting. But like I always say, if you want more on Lawrence of Arabia, just tell me. See, that's pretty much it. There's really not much else to say. So I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.